Hello classmates, this week we are learning how to prepare students for online writing instruction. The article was written by Melanchthon and Harris. They are giving us tips of how we can successfully teach our students online. And they start first by clearing the misconception that many people do have or students may have, that if you are learning online, then the learning will be easy. And according to them, it is not really true. So students who engage in online must know that this is a lot of work, because they have to engage in a number of collaborative activities. And these activities are having to post on discussion boards, having small group projects, doing some writing tasks, and sometimes having to email their tutor or their professor, or even interact with each other through this group work that the instructor would give. And students in online writing centers need to be taught how to navigate the learning management system so that they can effectively engage in activities and in the class discussions that take place from time to time. According to Melanchthon and Harris, there are 3 online writing instruction principles that online teachers and learners should know about or should base their online teaching on. Principle number 10, principle 11, and principle number 13. I hope you will read that and understand. And then the fundamentals for success as online learners or for students really relies heavily on the students' motivation, self-discipline. They must be disciplined to allot time for studying and doing their assignments, reading the materials that are provided on the online learning system. And then they also must have good communication. This refers to them having to communicate to the tutor, to the professor, if they do not understand, so that the tutor can then respond. And then commitment is the other one. They must be committed to learning, because there is a lot of reading. So students need an in-depth overview of the online learning management system. So students with disabilities require additional instruction on how to interact with their assistive technologies like screen readers, voice input software for those who are blind to interact with Braille. So at institutional level, the institution must provide orientation or orientation modules that introduce students to online writing and online learning. Things like there must be a reliable access, they must have reliable access to the internet, they must have a functional learning management system, they must have somebody who is a professional technician who understands computer technology. Then that means the university must have a student help desk that can always help them from time to time. And they must have a working computer. In general, orientation opportunities should be provided to the students enrolling in online classes, and then they must have technology-related orientations. A key facet of online orientation for online writing instruction is an overview of the assignments, the activities, and the requirements of the class so that they can understand what is going on. Tools for online assessment. Students must be given at the beginning of the semester an assessment survey or questionnaire in which they will answer or tell the tutor what their capabilities are. So they will, in that survey, be able to check if they learn best for audio visual or audio or just the visual. And then students must also have time commitment to be able to read and to write assignments, to view the videos that are on the online management system or the learning management system, and to also be able to participate in the activities. The tutors need to provide students estimated time for drafting and revising and working with peers. So student self-assessment is part of the orientation to the online learning. We enable them to gauge their participation. So here is a link to an online survey that I found to be very, very helpful. And I thought I should share it with you. Then the tutor must create more support structures for students. Students need technology, they need support, or the university must provide support for the online writing instruction. Institutions should provide students with tutoring if they are to succeed. And the research has found that Black students and those students who are in basic writing may need some support services to help them succeed in learning online. And some of the things that have been identified as challenges are learning challenges, students who are multilingual, and those who are coming from socio-economically disadvantaged students. They normally have learning challenges. And then the Mellon-Cohn and Harris advise that the universities have got a lot of data, so professors and tutors of online learning should use this knowledge in order to make improvements and gather information on how they can best help their students. And it is really important for them to do those researches because it helps them to. Online writing using it could provide programs and instructors the leverage to make claims. If they collect this data and analyze it, it will give them information on how to be successful in teaching online classes. And the Mellon-Cohn and Harris cite that the class number should be reasonable, and those teachers who are teaching online classes should be given enough funding. As for instructor level, what the instructors should do, instructors should need to pay attention to accessibility and disability in their online writing classes, and teachers should not be considered as the primary information technology expert. There must be a technician who can take care of technical issues for students. And adequate preparation for tutors. Tutors must be prepared, incorporating universal design to the course so that they can incorporate, and so that if they are prepared, they'll be able to select appropriate delivery tools, and they will be able to deliver capacity within writing, building capacity. So if they are prepared, it helps to have that is building capacity within the writing programs. And then instructor expectations. At the beginning of the course, as an instructor, you must share with your students your expectations. And the expectations may include consistent communication through multiple channels. And there must be multiple channels with built-in redundancies. And then research has also shown that the instructors should research the profiles and the demographics of their students. And instructors should use institutional data to assist in planning, development, and design Resources pedagogical approaches assigning better approach to the unique characteristics of students.